quarantine companion, and he's purring right now. He loves to be held, and he likes to be swayed. And you walk him around, and he's so happy. And he likes to be held on the left side. Oh, Momo. He's so wonderful. It's really interesting being in quarantine right now. I kind of feel like he's my familiar and reflecting back to me his life. Not entirely and solely, but he gets to go outside. He stays, within a parameter. He's at home most of the time. He's inside the house, and I can relate to that. And he doesn't go very far when he's in the front yard, so I kind of feel more connected to him, and the doggy girl here too. He's purring. Mo says hello. I love you, Momo. Thank you so much for being my companion during quarantine. I couldn't ask for a better being to be with me. I love you, Momo. I'm gonna let go and put you in my lap now. I know. Good boy. Good boy. He still wants to stay. See? I love you, Mommy. I kind of want to make this like a Q&A where I'm going to ask a question, and then if you could just answer back. I know you have like 15, 20 minutes so we can kick it. So don't act like you don't usually talk to the TV or Netflix. Just let's go back and forth. How are you doing today? A word? Did you get good sleep? What did you eat? Holy shit. I would like to try something with you, or I want to invite you to go to a time in your life where you have a great memory, or memories. Pick like two that you can think of right now at the top of your head. It could have been traveling, it could have been an intimate moment you had with somebody, a breakthrough, whatever it is. If you can conjure it, let's conjure it together. Maybe it will help you to sniff on some lavender. Sniff, 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 sniff. So good. Thanks to Freaky Ass Lucy, I have these. And she also painted that beautiful picture, and she gave it to me during quarantine. She's been doing so much art. And she got me into art too. Gardenia? No, I'm sorry, geranium. Still think about the memory. This is gonna get you to get it. This one is called a mood lifter. Cat fur on my nose. It was hard for me to think of one because I just kept thinking of times when I was on psychedelics. Like, oh, we danced for like 4 hours in this field in Northern California. And I finally found one that was where I was sober, and it was really powerful. And I just beamed that energy because it's more powerful than anything to conjure up happy memories. And that charge in your body, what a relief. Like, what a relief, especially now. With everything that's going on, how are you doing? Are you working? Are you not working? How do you feel when you go to the grocery store? Maybe take some essential oils with you to the grocery store. Jasmine. I wanted to pull a card for the one person watching. Thank you for watching, Grandpa and Grandma. I have really cool decks that I've acquired that are kind of rare, not entirely, but somewhat rare. And this one deck is called Return of Spirit. Really beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm not trying to do tarot card readings. This is an oracle deck. And I'm just picking a card. Because I want the person watching to know that the energies are with you, the ancestors are with you, and there are messages coming every which way to conspire in your favor. Ooh, fire. Manifest. This is a dope one. This is super cool. Manifest. I mean, if there's any better time than now, I'll put the entire description and the little booklet that comes with this in the drop box below the video. That's fire. And then I have this deck that's a bird deck, and I got it from this newspaper stand in Hollywood off of Franklin. It's by the Bourgeois Pig. It's by the Scientology Castle, if it's still that. Bird Kingdom, Bird Queendom, what do you want to share with the one viewer? And kicking it. Thank you for kicking it. I'm just with Mo all day, which is efficient. I'm very, very grateful. But I'm just trying to kick it with you right now. The parrot. From what I remember off the top of my head about the parrot description is it teaches us to look at everything from a wider perspective and to laugh at life and to just find the hilarity wherever you can in the midst of all the nervous energy and fear. It doesn't have to be that way every day. It doesn't have to be that way. You know, when you go out in public, when I go out in public, I'm kind of tripped out by everyone wearing a mask. And coming home, I just want to decompress. And it's kind of exhausting to go out right now, honestly. So yes. I just wanted to also share with you a water ritual that I learned. And it's from this shaman that I have met before. I met a lot of shamans before in my life, and this is an absolute, legit, and rooted, connected, powerful shaman. I met him once at a camp out festival in Northern California, and he was conducting an ancestral clearing workshop for free in the fairy ring. And I really did feel something in my body. I'm sensitive, and I wasn't on drugs at that moment. You just kind of gotten there, and the festival just started. And I like to conserve my energy for all night so I can dance. But he did this clearing, and I felt like my sternum vibrating, my neck, my jaw, like my teeth were kind of chattering. And I just felt like he was sending this ribbon through everyone. And it was just like this cleansing, clearing ribbon, and I was feeling it. And when I saw him throughout the festival, I was like, man, thank you so much. And then he gave me a hug. Like, he's a really cool guy. So I read his book. It's called Spirit Hacking, and his name is Shaman Durek. And oh my god, it's a legit book. I flew through that. It's 600 pages, but I flew through that mug because that's how good it is. And it made me think of my first interaction with a shaman. Hold on, let me get the water. I just want to show you my outfit too. It's very 90s. I have like these tights. I love these tights. I got them in San Francisco. Fire tights. So yes, my first encounter with the shaman was when I was 14. My mother had I had told her about the abuse that I went through as a child, and she was very proactive. I'm so grateful to her. And she got me in therapy for people that were survivors of abuse. Uh, she got me to go see the shaman. And it's a therapist she had been seeing for a while. It was recommended to her, and she took me to his house, which was directly across the street from Santa Monica Beach. You look out and you see the beach. Oh, I miss that. I'm in Denver. And so he dosed me, my weight, my height, my age, pure MDMA. And my mom had done this with him. And what he was working to do was group up with other psychologists, psychotherapists, his colleagues, and they were trying to legalize MDMA for therapy instead of people taking Zoloft and Xanax and this sort of thing. So I was one of the guinea pigs. I did it. It was awesome. He had a lot of cool Peruvian mystical tchotchke around his place, and I went to the balcony with all his plants. He had like long hanging plants. And I started singing Mary J. Blige's new album. I think it was Share My World at that time. Bomb, oh my god. So good. And I was singing my heart out, and his neighbors were like, shut up. I was like, heartbroken. Okay. So I went inside, and I found my mom in this corner, and I was like, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong, Mom? What? And he was consoling her, and I was like, maybe, I don't know. I didn't know. And she said to me, she was like, you're too high. You're too high. That's all she kept saying. I was like, oh, okay. Did you not just bring me here and dose me out with this man I don't even know? Yes, you did. So anyways, moving on. So that was my first experience with the shaman. And this shaman, Dirk, he doesn't do plant medicine healing. He works with energy and he talks to spirits. So I want to show you this very easy, very powerful, I've been doing it since I learned it, water spirit trick, magic, healing. So what you do is you get a bowl of water from the sink in the bathroom or in the kitchen, and you make a circle around it, but you breathe and make a sound at the same time. So like, and then you do lightning down the middle, and then a sharp straight line up the middle of the lightning. So again, just one more time so you could see. So it's a circle, lightning, and then straight line up the lightning. And then you say, water spirits, please cleanse all the anxiety, all the fear, all the toxicity, all the parasites, whatever it is you want cleared from your body. And then you just kind of hold it at your solar plexus. Or I hold it at my womb. If you want to lay down, you can put the bowl on top of you or above your head. It's really effective. But while you're doing it, keep your eyes open, he says. And then also, you can do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you want to do. And then when you're done, you throw it out into nature or you flush it down the toilet. And this is because it goes to Mama Nature, and it lets her know that the humans are cleansing and we're healing, and that soothes her. I love that. I love that so much. So, yes, I will be doing that after this is done. I heard this woman on a podcast say that the level of hypervigilance that we are having right now makes her grateful in a way. I mean, not for the fear, but she's glad that men, I'm not saying this, she said this, men finally get to experience the paranoia and fear and worry that women have when we go out in public. And, you know, we have an extra sense out. I don't know if all women across the board do, but I do. When I go out, you know, I'm always trying to peep out the person close to me and see what's up and what is on their agenda-thon. And it just made me think that I'm really ready to let that go, though. Yes, I'll keep my social distancing because of the virus, but just in life, like, I'm very protective. And the other day at the park, this man was doing Tai Chi, and I was laying down, like, in and out of sleep, writing, vibing, taking pictures of the trees, and the park was empty. And he came to the tree right next to me to do his parkour Tai Chi. And back in the day, I would have just gathered on my shiz and dramatically, like, huffed out of the scene, just bounce. But I was just like, okay, Tai Chi seems peaceful and no judgment. But I don't want to be that way anymore. I don't want to be protective. I don't want the other and distancing and division and separation energy to rule me. Growing up in the hood, you know, I grew up in the Mexican hood first and then black and Mexican hood. You have to have that aura about you. You don't have to, but a lot of people choose to. And when you move in the jungle like that, you become, you know, a part of it. And a part of it is defensive and bravado and braggadocio, you know, especially growing up in the 90s. Like, sometimes people are like, yo, you're really about yourself. And it's like, yeah, I grew up in the era of gangster rap and just like, I'm this, I'm so this, I can do this. And I'm about that energy. It's a great propulsion. So I don't have any qualms about it. I am not what's the word? I'm not self-conscious about that shit. Like, this is just who I am, and I'm proud of how far I've come. Whatever. So I want to let go of being protective and being, like, yucky, and I just want to emit the vibe that I really feel underneath it all, which is just love and harmony and just to soothe people. You know, even when they're staring at me, maybe they need to stare at me. Maybe they need to look at my earrings. Maybe they need to look at my teardrop for humanity. Maybe they need to remember, because I'm remembering, so they're going to look my way. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. Oh, gosh. Thank you for kicking it. I'm so grateful. I want to share some medicine with you that I've been taking during this quarantine so that I am healthy and strong and immune. If you're feeling bored or powerless, I just want you to know that you're so powerful and empowered, and the ruler of this queendom. Look at this whole thing. I'm the ruler of all of this. And you know what? It's a full-time job to keep it all in order and balanced and make sure I'm paying attention to and finding out more about my body. A lot of things that people are doing right now, including myself, is binge eating. Yo, if we could just curb that and just be more creative with the things that we eat. Like, use honey as a sweetener, yacon, use natural fruit sweeteners in, oh God, the sweet tooth cravings that we get. But our microbiome in our belly, that makes up a lot of our chemicals in our body, the serotonin, the feel-good chemicals, our mood, the anger, the parasites. So it's just really a beautiful time to go deeper into the body, because I can't think of another time and place where the body has been such a focal point. I mean, we're all looking at each other, looking at ourselves, and if we could just learn a little bit more about how to support this miraculous machine that we are, then I think that's all we needed to do in this time of not being able to go outside and distract ourselves and work. I think it's really important to learn about the body. Yeah, so I'll just show you a few things that I use to get me through and keep my immunity strong. I'm looking for this song I want to play while I do it, because this is my new album right now that I'm vibing to. The birds are so cute. It has to have bioflavonoids in it. If it's just ascorbic, vitamin C, it's going to go right through your body because it's artificially made. This is legit vitamin C. All my time, wanna spend it with you. All my time, wanna spend it with you. This is amazing for your adrenals. Our adrenals are going through it right now. They're the little caps on top of our kidneys, and they distribute sex hormones, adrenaline. There's so much that they're responsible for, and they're really tiny. And if we could just support them, have a healthy response to daily stress. This is key. Oregano oil. I mix oregano oil in a big spoonful of hemp seed oil. Hemp seed oil is really, really good for men and women to help balance the good oils in our body, feed to our brain and our hormones. Our hormones replicate the energy and substance that is oil. So if you're having a lot of canola oil, vegetable oils, your body and your hormones mimic the fat chain in that, and it's artificial. So if you could get them good, this is a glass bottle, you could get them good fats with good omega ratio of 3 and 6, hallelujah. So this in a spoonful, and then I'm used to oregano, so I use more. 1 drop in the spoonful, hold it under the tongue, bomb. Oregano oil, so powerful for acne too. It helped me heal my skin. You can still see like the scars I have on my skin, but oh my god, that healed my acne. Kombucha. For the good vibes. Kombucha, no doubt. I think that's it. That's it. I adore you guys. Thank you for spending this time, and thank you for kicking it and listening. Hit me up. Not if you're my ex-boyfriend though. Only ex-boyfriend that's allowed to hit me up is Anthony, because he's the only one that's anywhere near having a clue how to treat a woman. And the rest, don't call me anymore. Don't be hitting me up in the email talking about I've had some time to think during quarantine. I don't care. Just go to the light. Go to the light. Don't come to me. I am the light. Go to the other light. Not this light. Yeah. Love you. Bye.